Today we will talk about the reactive arthritis. So the reactive arthritis belong to a steronegative spondyloarthropathies. The steronegative spondyloarthropathies share a common characteristic that have negative rheumatoid factors, strong association with HLA-B27 antigen, asymmetrical oligoarthritis, extra-articular features, inflammatory arthritis, and the familial predisposition. Reactive arthritis is preceded by an infectious process that is removed from the site of the arthritis usually 1 to 4 weeks prior, usually occur after the infection of the enteric or the urogenital areas. Organisms associated with reactive arthritis are usually Salmonella, Shigella, Campylobacter, Chlamydia, and the Yersinia. Clinical features of the reactive arthritis include fever, weight loss, fatigue, malaise, asymmetrical polyarthritis, back pain, tendonitis, plantar fasciitis. The extra-articular features include conjunctivitis, uveitis, mouth ulcer, nail dystrophy, keratoderma bilanoregica, sarcinate balanitis, and pustular cirrhosis. In this diagram, you will see the pustular psoriasis, and here it shows the sarcinate balanitis. Sarcinate balanitis start as a vesicle on the coronal margin of the glans planus, later rupture to form a superficial orion with minimal surrounding erythema, with some coalesces to form a circular pattern. In this picture, you will see the keratoderma bilanarogica. These are begins as a discrete waxy yellowish-brown vesicopapules with disseminated margins, occasionally coalescing to form a large crusting plaques on the palms and the soles of the feet. Now discuss the reactive arthritis along with the undifferentiated spondyloarthropathies. The undifferentiated spondyloarthropathies have a similar feature of the reactive arthritis, but there is no evidence of the previous infection, and the classical finding of the Ritter syndromes are absent. And what is Ritter syndrome? The combination of the conjunctivitis, uveitis, and reactive arthritis form a Ritter syndrome. And in the Ritter syndrome, the uveitis is rare in the first attack but arises in 30% of the patient with recurring or the chronic arthritis. Now, non-spondyloarthropathy reactive arthritis can occur after many viruses, mycoplasma, Borrelia, mycobacterium, and leprosy. They are called non-spondyloarthropathy reactive arthritis because they are not HLA-B27 associated and are not chronic. And one of the example that I will share is the rheumatic fever, that rheumatic fever arthritis, which is usually the example of the reactive arthritis, but it is not associated with HLA-B27. It is called reactive arthritis because the infection occur 1 to 4 weeks prior, and then the arthritis presented. Now discuss the reactive arthritis along with the septic arthritis. In the reactive arthritis, infection has occurred 1 to 4 weeks elsewhere in the body prior to the clinical presentation of the reactive arthritis. In the septic arthritis, the infection is going on in the body, and which causes sepsis through the blood and can enter into the joints and causes pains, stiffness. Similar extra-articular features are absent in the septic arthritis, but the extra-articular features are present in the reactive arthritis like conjunctivitis, mouth ulcers, nail dystrophy, psoriasis, uveitis. The investigations that are done in the reactive arthritis. Basically, the reactive arthritis is clinically based diagnosed, but we will do the CBC to find out the infections such as neutrophil count may be increased, lymphocytic count may be altered, ESR and the CRP is elevated, which show the infections. Culture, we will do the culture. Blood culture, stool culture, urine culture, and the cervix culture are conducted to rule out the bacteria. Synovial fluid analysis should and microscopy should be done to find out whether there is no crystals formation or there is no turbid or the red synovial fluid. IgA antibody to the specific antibody antigen may be found in the body. HLA-B27 genotype indicate spondyloarthropathies. Plain radiographs are done. Whole body scintigraphy is done. CT, MRI, ECG, echocardiography, and ASO titer. These three investigations are done in the chronic or the recurrent reactive arthritis to find out whether there is a rheumatic fever or not. Now discuss the management. The management includes NSAIDs, corticosteroids, antibiotics for chlamydia-related reactive arthritis, and the drug of choice is tetracycline, doxycycline. Disease-modifying factors such as methotrexate, HCQ. We will give the biologics, immunosuppressive agents, and the ocular management by the topical steroids and antibiotics are done, and physiotherapy should be done.